between Ted Bollinger, myself, Eric Schwartz, and Andrew Wolnez? Well, here's the thing. What did Andrew Wolnez assault me and threaten me and all that other bullshit over? Accusations of things that never happened. He wanted to lie about me. And then he didn't like it when I said that shit about him. Oh, God. Stay the fuck out of the kitchen then. If I have to make a strategic withdrawal, I have to make a strategic withdrawal. That's not the same as quitting. Now, what is the difference between Ted Bollinger? Difference between Ted Bollinger and Eric Schwartz? What's the difference between Ted Bollinger and Andrew Wolnez? Me, Eric Schwartz, and Andrew Wolnez are all accused of doing shit by people who weren't there to see any such thing happen. Did I see Andrew Wolnez molest anybody or rape anybody or anything of that nature? Nope. Did he see me rape or molest anyone or anything of that nature? Nope. Just flirting with underage kids. Have I ever seen Eric rape or molest anybody? No. Now, with Andrew Wolnez, can I name a single person who has ever accused him of raping or molesting anybody? Or sorry, do I know of anyone that he's ever been accused of raping or molesting? No, I don't. Does he know of anybody that I've been accused of raping or molesting? No. See, here's the thing. People wanted to hurt me by pretending that I would rape or molest Bollinger because she was a druggy whore who was embarrassed. Oh, poor you. She didn't think that she should be held responsible for her actions and didn't mind pawning it off on a dude. Oh, fucking well. But the thing is, Natalie Bollinger wasn't the one running around accusing me of being a child molester or rapist. Natalie Bollinger wasn't the one running around claiming that I raped her and Alicia Bollinger. Alicia Bollinger wasn't the one running around claiming that I raped or molested Natalie or Alicia Bollinger. No, that was Maddie Boa. That was the fucking start of it. Maddie Boa, because Alicia and Natalie Bollinger wanted to pretend that I stalked them and pretend that I threatened their family all the way in 2016. Why? Because they were fucking embarrassed. Because I had a broken fucking phone and a broken goddamn car, and they were embarrassed about it. Oh, God, end of the fucking world, isn't it? It's a far cry from raping somebody. It's a far cry from molesting somebody. It's a far cry from fucking threatening somebody's goddamn life. Having a broken car is not a fucking crime. Having a broken phone is not a fucking crime. Committing criminal acts against somebody for having a broken phone and a broken car is not fucking okay. I don't care if you have tits. It's not fucking okay. So to this day, with all these people threatening my life and threatening my family's life and assaulting me, and of course stalking me and my friends and family, pretending that I'm some sort of a child molester, some sort of a rapist, some sort of a killer. Yeah, who raped Natalie Bollinger? Ted Bollinger, her own father. Yeah, statistics, dumbass. Not statistically he raped her. He literally raped her, in her own words. Now, I have yet, in all of these years of people threatening me, harassing me, assaulting me, not once has a single one of these pieces of shit produced a single piece of evidence from Natalie or Alicia Bollinger claiming that I raped or molested either one. Now, of course, being abused for over a year over that, what did you expect me to do? How did you expect me to react after over a year of spending all of my disability money running around in circles to try to get help, running around to all the places that I'm told to go to by the Dual County Sheriff's Department, going to all the places I'm told to go to by the Broomfield Sheriff's Department and Police Department, going to all the places that the Boulder Police Department tell me to go to, going to the places that my therapist Nicole Peralta sent me to, going to the places that my other therapist Nicole Gerald sent me to, going to all the places that my other therapist, Jeff Ritter, sent me to. For over a year before Natalie was killed. This wasted all of my money and forced me, in order to follow their instructions, like Nicole Peralta, for example, telling me I had to go to the Front Range of Colorado to get help stopping the abuse. I had to go to an autism specialist so that an autism specialist could help me put a stop to the abuse. How dumb is that? Meanwhile, I didn't get an autism specialist, did I? No, I had to go through the El Cheapo bullshit. Colorado Coalition of the Homeless, Jeff Ritter. Andrew Wolnez wanted to pretend that I was a stalker and a murderer and a fucking rapist and all sorts of other fucking shit. Well, you know what? Why did he get accused of those things? Why did he get accused of those things? Who accused him? I did. I accused him back. Do I have anything to back this up? No, I don't, and I don't have to, because neither does he. He got away with assaulting me at least 6 times now. And I have to be afraid to go to the police because they're just going to talk over me. 911 will just talk over me. And then they'll play victim when I rip their asses for talking over me and allowing these predators to get away. Is Andrew Wolnez a predator? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He has absolutely been predatory towards me. Has he been sexually predatory towards me? No, he hasn't. He hasn't tried touching my balls. Other than bumping his titties against mine, he hasn't messed with my nipples. But he wanted to threaten me. He wanted to assault me. According to the law, it's assault. For somebody like me who grew up in the system, well, you got to do a lot worse shit than that for me to consider it assault in most cases. But it's repeated and ongoing. And you goddamn right I'm going to speak up about that. Andrew Wolnez should have approached me like a human being, talked to me like a grown man, and been reasonable, but he was incapable. Same thing with Eric Schwartz. He could have approached me as a grown man should and spoken to me like a human being instead of hiding like a coward. Now, there's a difference between hiding like a coward and not being able to take care of yourself, being victimized because you can't defend yourself. If you're going to start shit with somebody and go hide behind your kids, that makes you a special kind of fucked up. It also shows you don't give a fuck about your kids. When you abuse somebody and they have to go hide in the fucking safe way so that you don't abuse them repeatedly, that's a different story. You did horrible shit and hid behind your kids. You did horrible shit to me, and I went to somewhere where I might be quasi-safe. Now I got a question. Between me going into the Safeway, where those people are less likely to do anything to me, and spraying them in the face with this, which do you think I would prefer to do? Obviously, with all of the assaults that I've endured, I haven't pulled this out and sprayed anybody, now have I? but I have it for just in case. Out of all the times that people have assaulted me, including the 6 times that Mr. Wolnez wanted to assault me, how many times did I pull this thing out? None. When I saw him at the church yesterday, did I go to the church? Fuck no, I didn't. I'm not looking for fucking trouble. But if it fucking shows up, I can't run away. I have to face my accuser, or like you saw in the video, Jamie again. Yeah, you turn your back to somebody like that, they'll cold cock you in the back of the head. That guy was twice Jamie's size. You saw him run after her, or sorry, chase after her very quickly when she wasn't facing him. But when she turned around to face him, he slowed down. Just eyeballing her, pacing slowly. But he pursued her over 100 feet to punch her in the back of the head. Both times that she turned his back to him, he started running up on her. Now, out of all of the people there, at least 30 people there, how many of them spoke up? Just me. Just me. What did I do? I got the predator's attention. If he was going to hurt her, well, I'm pretty loud. How many of y'all have taken note of how loud I am when I'm pissed off? I'm pretty fucking loud, ain't I? I also don't mind approaching somebody 3 times my size who's beating on someone half my size. I'll take the ass whooping on principle. I took the abuse in the Dalles, Oregon to show that the police were piling homeless people up at a church parking lot. This is where all of the services in the Dalles, Oregon send us. And the services in Hood River, Oregon. That's right. All these towns and cities are trying to pawn off all the homeless people onto other towns and cities. Instead of actually helping us, you take advantage of us. Now that the police have sent every criminal to that place, oh, cops look like they pulled somebody over. It's Officer Martinez. You recognize that douche nozzle. It doesn't look like he's pulling his gun out or anything of that nature. He does have shiny lights, but he's not currently here giving me any problems. He has bullied me before, multiple occasions. He's a punk-ass little bitch, is what he is. All of the cops in this town are. Are they going to do anything about wolnez? Oh, fuck no. They don't give 2 shits. Not unless somebody else does. And Candy might actually care enough to do something. Cynthia, well, she probably does actually care enough to do something. I'm just not sure if I should ask. She's my favorite person there, by the way. And that's because she told me she was crazy the first time we talked. Well, hell yes. That's my kind of people. Now you notice I'm not going out of my way to start shit with Martinez. I'm not going out of my way to curse at him or yell at him. I'm not throwing anything at him. But I am making sure to document the fact that he was next to me. He is one of my predators. Also, one of the ladies at Safeway, she got me this brand new hoodie. She got me a bunch of friggin' birthday presents. She got me a new hoodie. She got me a pair of pants so I don't have to bare my assets. You see how much money people do spend on me? How much they do actually care? At least to some degree. But the most important part is making sure that I have an advocate as a disabled person. They were supposed to hook me up with an advocate as soon as I got disability. That way, if anything happened to me, because I have no friends or family to go to who actually care, when I'm harmed, at least my caseworker is there. But I never had a caseworker or a case manager. I had people who took that official title but did not perform the job requirements. Whoever it is that's pulled over, I hope it's just a minor infraction. I hope it's, if it is a ticket, it's a mail-in ticket or just a warning infraction. They care more about this billing acceptability, however, than the safety of the constituents, which means that it's probably something that they're gonna, well, probably gonna try to fine the feller for. They want money. Not after arrests right now because that'd get them in trouble because of this COVID bullshit. That also works in the favor of many of our predators because many of these places use the excuse of COVID as an excuse not to do their jobs. That includes the officers in this town. It also includes predators in the jails that I tried to turn in. Now let's speak about Andrew Wolnez. Has he been able to produce a single victim? No, he hasn't. Now, my little sister was letting me know that people were threatening to kill her and my niece. I told her, hey, Tara, if you're seriously so afraid that you're not going to come forward with me, and you're afraid that people will hurt your niece, hurt your daughter every time somebody does this shit, every time one of these web sleuths gets on and starts pretending that I'm some sort of a monster, you know what, Tara? You can pretend I'm a child molester. You can pretend I raped you or molested you. She wouldn't do it. What's the difference between myself and Ted Bollinger? Well, you accuse me of stuff, but you produce no victim. Ted Bollinger's victim produced him. Ted Bollinger's victims, rather. That would be Natalie Bollinger and Alicia Bollinger. You know who else Ted Bollinger manipulated and beat up and abused? Rose M. Kelly. You know who else? Danica Garner. You know who else? Shelley Campbell. Yep. Ted Bollinger is a bad man. Who are Ted Bollinger's victims? See, here's the thing, is that Andrew Wolnez wanted to harm me over crimes that I never committed. He wanted to commit felony against me over crimes that I never committed. Now, turnabout's fair play. Turnabout means that if I want to, I can call him a pedophile and assault him for it and break his phone. Turnabout is fair play. It means that I can call him a druggie and assault him for calling me a druggie. It means I can call him a murderer and assault him in a vehicle that he doesn't have one. Here I am, not even 20 yards from a police officer, but I can't go to that police officer because that police officer didn't want to do his job when I first got here. As you got to hear almost half a dozen people just today alone state loud and proud. That's not right because I'm a human being. James Murphy lost in court because he didn't show up. If he had shown up, he'd be on his way to prison right now. Not jail. See, this isn't just civil shit that he did. These are horrible criminal acts that he committed. After stalking me for over a year, he wanted to play victim. Like he was the one being harassed. Like I had followed him here from Hood River. Do you think it's a coincidence that he left Hood River the day that I did and followed me here? Do you think that's a coincidence? Do you think it's a coincidence that he just kept on showing up wherever I was? Well, I have to show on my YouTube channel where I am. See, if Rose M. Kelly is in Phoenix, Arizona, and Ted Bollinger decides he's gonna hop state and go blow her fucking head off, well, guess what? It's documented on my YouTube channel that I'm in Tillamook, fucking Oregon. You're gonna have to go after Ted, motherfucker. Now, where's this person to claim that I raped or molested her? There ain't one. See, when people were threatening to kill me and my friends and family, that includes Tim Beeson. That's right. He was fucking her when she was 14 years old. He's a lot of years older than her. Yes, he was a legal adult, and yes, it's illegal for him to fuck her. There's that much difference in age. Of course, he had drugs. He just fed her drugs and she put out. When you're an addict, it happens. Could I have gotten heroin? Oh, hell yes. Could I have gotten laid from Natalie Bollinger? Oh, fuck yes. I wouldn't have needed heroin. She thought she was in love with me. I wouldn't have fucking needed heroin. Anyway, I'm gonna try to put up this blanket here. Hopefully Wolnez enjoys just a little bit of equality. Except that nobody's assaulting him. Nobody's threatening to kill him. He's just a piece of shit. Now, some of the staff and a few of the homeless people have told me that, well, he's like that. It's not the first time that people have had run-ins with Wolnez, just like with Robert Farnsworth. It wasn't the first time that Robert Farnsworth had done that. Hell, it wasn't even the first, when he did it to me, it wasn't even the first time he'd done it on camera. He'd done it on camera to at least 2 other people before he did it to me. Why did he choose to target me? Because he was recorded doing fucked up shit to people. And I leave a lot of leeway for him. I understand what people with his kind of mental issues are like. I understand a lot of the things that they have to face. For me, not being like that, but being called mentally ill, I have to face those very same things. My predators call me mentally ill and then pretend that I'm schizophrenic and delusional. Oh my God, that lady was such a sweetheart. She brought me some actual food. Fucking grub. And I got milk, so I'm gonna have to dig out my dry cereal. I know there's some in here somewhere. Also, one of the ladies who works at the Safeway, she got me a brand new hoodie. Like brand new. Still got stickers and tags on it and everything. She also got me a pair of trousers here, what ain't got a hole in the shitter. Which is good, because I don't want people, especially younger people, who are only knee-high or friggin' waist-high, having to face my backside. That's just not cool. It's rude. I don't mean rude as in social constructs and social expectations and stupidity based on status. I'm talking about, well, nobody wants to see your backside. We're in public. No, them youngins don't want to see my backside, and they're the right height. I've been walking around with a man skirt for 4 days because my trousers were that ripped. Now, when Natalie Bollinger told me about Ted Bollinger, and then I exposed Ted Bollinger. Well, here's the thing. With Ted Bollinger, there was absolutely a victim. Her name is Natalie Marie Bollinger. He had another victim, Alicia Michelle Bollinger. So he had actual victims, whereas you guys have to pretend. You have to pretend that I might, and that somehow justifies the crimes that you did commit. A lot of women will pretend that they're afraid a man might hurt them after they've committed felonies against him. You're not afraid that he might hurt you. You're afraid that people might believe him. That's what Natalie's afraid of. That's what Alicia's afraid of. That's what Ted's afraid of. But there's ample evidence of their predatory nature. That's right, Natalie and Alicia Bollinger grew up in predatory environments with their influences being predatory. People like Rose M. Kelly, her own mom, choosing abusive men over her own kids. Well, that's pretty fucked up, isn't it? Kind of like Tabitha Michelle Cook. She was with a guy named Josh. Josh wasn't supposed to be around the kids. There was a protection order to prevent him from being around the kids for their safety. But Tabby's a fat woman, and she's lonely and didn't think that she could get another man because she's fat. No self-esteem because she's fat. So she let him stick around because she'd get drunk and lonely and want some dick. That's right. It was about dick. She would endure any abuse that he threw out there because she was lonely and wanted some dick. We've taught women that they don't have to be responsible for their actions. All a woman has to do is pretend that she might be victimized or outright lie about a situation, and she automatically wins. You guys will go out of your way to frame an innocent man. Police officers too, just because a man said no to you. And of course, a man's guilt is just assumed. Nobody's gonna look. You see how hard I get, or how hard I try to get people to look at the evidence and to understand why I'm being abused. All right. That's a child being taken on and not a child being beaten on. Just in case you can hear it in the background. There's no violence or beating on him or anything like that. I just figured I'd let you know that I am always vigilant. Anyway, I'm getting ready to turn off my video here because I gotta change my trousers. Natalie Bollinger never accused me of raping her. Never accused me of molesting her. Alicia Bollinger never accused me of raping her, never accused me of molesting her. But they lied and pretended that I stalked them, and that was good enough for a bunch of people to pretend that I'm a rapist and a stalker and a child molester and a bunch of other fucking shit that's all bullshit. If Natalie and Alicia Bollinger were good people, they would have told the truth, but they didn't fucking care. And you get to see how many predators have walked free because you didn't want to listen to me. You also get to see how many are in prison because when you didn't listen to me, they got a big head and did it to somebody else. Don't be fucking stupid. Andrew Wolnez wanted to give himself some clout and try to increase his standing in a community that he's been in for years. And he doesn't have a good name or a good reputation here. So he figures, well, I'll just skate in there and bully this dude who is on A&E. I'll just bully this dude who's all over the internet being slandered all over the place. I'll just pretend that, well, it's okay to harm him because of that. I'm going to pretend that it's okay to threaten his life because of that. I'm going to pretend that it's okay to assault him because of that. And that's what goes through this predator's head. Andrew Wolnez is absolutely a predator. Is he a sexual predator? I don't fucking know. But he wants to accuse me. I'll accuse him right back. Do you fucking like it, asshole? Huh? Do you like it? Statistically, you're a lot more likely to be a chimo than me. You're somebody's dad by your own admission. You also went out of your way to take advantage of and assault an at-risk adult and then play victim like a little bitch. You chose to harm somebody who can't defend himself because you're a little bitch. On the bright side, out of all the times that dumbass has assaulted me, I've never once swung at him back, ever. Who are Ted Bollinger's victims? Natalie Bollinger, Alicia Bollinger, myself, Rose M. Kelly, Danica Garner, and Rochelle Campbell. I'm sure there's more. While you pretend that I might do something bad, these people actually do bad things. Who is Andrew Wolnez's victim? Well, as far as sexually, I don't fucking know. Now, as far as I go, who are my victims? There are none. To this day, not one person has come forward to accuse me of molesting them. With Eric Schwartz, Sherman Watson wanted to accuse my older brother of being a child molester. That's one of Tabitha Michelle Cook's friends. Also one of my older brother's friends. Sherman Watson and Amy Valkyrie wanted to claim that my older brother, Eric Christopher Schwartz, is a child molester. They haven't produced any victims, though. Not one victim. Now, who is it that they're accusing Eric Christopher Schwartz of molesting? Who is it that people want to accuse me of molesting? Now, once you've accused me of molesting somebody, show me proof. Where is it in all of this bullshit that Natalie Bollinger ever accused me of raping or molesting her? She never did. All she had to do was pretend that I stalked her, and the evidence shows that's not the truth. The evidence also shows that, yes, in fact and indeed, her predators, including Tim Beeson, did in fact and indeed threaten me and my friends and my family on more than one occasion. The evidence shows that Tim Beeson threatened, harassed, and intimidated me for a very long time. The evidence shows that it took people like Tim Beeson and many others harassing me repeatedly for me to speak up and start actually fucking cursing. And then, of course, if you can harm a man to the point that he curses, you get to pretend that he's a violent animal. No, you're a stupid fucking whore. Natalie Bollinger is dead because she was a stupid whore. You know, if you're going to be a whore, be smart about it. If you're going to be a fucking drug salesman, don't use your own product. You know, these are pretty fucking simple rules that any fucking idiot would be able to follow. Any criminal with half a fucking brain knows not to use his own product. Natalie Bollinger helped her predators to get away. She wanted to believe the people who had harmed her entire life because they're family. I know better than to believe my family. I know better than to trust my family. Then again, you get to see through this situation how I did try going to family. You get to see how I spoke up about how my family really is. And then you get to see how when I interacted with my family, they were absolutely like that. So what gives? I spoke up about how badass my sister was for showing up. But she didn't show up to help. She didn't show up to work. She showed up because she wanted the money. Then after she took the money, she wanted to tell me, oh, well, it wasn't about the money. Yes, it was. As soon as you got the money, you were gone. She showed up too fucked up to fucking function, and I had to pretend everything was okay. Holy hell. Praise the Lord, all cheese and rice. All right, so Girl Uninterrupted is on here, apparently. Now, she has been witness to many things that have happened on my YouTube. And she can speak up about the sheer quantity of abuse that I've endured. But she doesn't. She says she doesn't have time. Well, you know what? If she'd have freed up time to actually speak about that, she could have helped me to get out of this situation. And I get her out. And I could help many others out. You know, I used to be the homeless liaison in Boulder, Colorado. A lot of the stuff that y'all need help with, a lot of the things that I need help with, I used to do that in Boulder, Colorado. I used to take homeless people to the places that had services, and I went in with them because you are almost 100% likely to be turned down if you go in alone. If you're a homeless person that tries to turn in people who are committing crimes against you, 9 times out of 10, the police are just going to talk over you and dismiss you outright and tell you to go somewhere else because they don't want to deal with you. They don't want to do their jobs for broke folk because rich folk can destroy their lives if they don't do their jobs. A police officer can commit those felonies against a poor person who doesn't have the money to hire a real lawyer, knowing full well he's going to get away with any and all felonies that he commits against a homeless person. But he wouldn't dare do that to somebody who's rich, somebody in a house, unless it was on accident. Look at Zaid Atkins. Look at Samuel Leon Lawrence IV. Out of all of the literally thousands of times the Boulder police has physically assaulted people for being homeless, the only times that you gave a shit are the 2 times when it wasn't a homeless person. This shows your bias, not just the racism of BLM. Now don't be looking my direction. Not that you can. I've got the camera covered. That's because I am taking off my trousers in a public parking lot. And although nobody can see my goodies, because I've got all of my windows covered, I also don't want to be exposing myself on camera. God damn it. Ugh. Interrupted. I've told her to leave and just leave me alone and to stop commenting. She commented a period on this one. Is it okay for me to call Andrew Wolnez a child molester? Absolutely. Turnabout is fair play. He can't produce any victims. Can he produce anybody that I killed? No, he can't. You can't find a single person I've ever killed because I've never killed anybody. You can't produce anybody that I've ever raped because I've never raped anybody. You can't produce anyone I've ever molested because I've never molested anybody. Now, there are times in my life where I didn't understand things, and I was listening to people who I was supposed to be able to trust, and yeah, their advice was shit. Got me into trouble. Got me treated like I was some sort of a horrible person for doing as I was told. Yeah, it didn't take long before I stopped listening to my older brother's advice. His advice with women was just to treat them like shit. He said, dude, women aren't interested in a guy who's nice to them. They want a guy who's going to pull her hair and smack her ass and tell her what a dumb cunt she is. Basically. My brother said, no woman will ever respect you as long as you respect her. If you treat a woman with respect, she will never treat you with respect. If you treat her like she's not important, she will want to be a part of your life. She will do anything that she can to be a part of your life if you treat the dumb cunt like she's a dumb cunt. Well, I'd rather not treat her like a dumb cunt. I'd rather give her the opportunity to show that she's a real human being. Of course, my brother's right about a lot of stuff like that, and that sucks too. It sucks to have to throw away a lot of women who are friends of mine because they're just stupid fucking cunts who don't give a holy fucking goddamn about anybody but themselves. It's a matter of what? A matter of dominance, a matter of superiority, a matter of feeling in control. You get out of a shitty relationship with a guy who beats on you. What do? Do you take it out on that guy? No, you're probably going to go back to him in a couple of weeks when you're feeling lonely. No, you're going to ask some dude like me to help you out. And then when you get that help, you go right back to that dude. And then all of a sudden, it's the guy who helped you's fault. It's all his fault. It's his fault for helping you. One of my friends who's dead is Rayanne Ingersoll. She told me, Sean, you need to stop helping people. It fucks you every time. This is during a period of time where she was trying to get my help, and she fucked me good. Holy hell, did she. But on the bright side, I took an ass whooping. I took a lot of abuse. But I got those girls safely out of Rayanne Ingersoll's house. Sorry, trailer. Was it worth the jail time? Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. Matter of fact, those girls were put into a decent foster home, which I was hoping for. That's the thing that made it real scary to turn them in, is that they might get a bad foster home, like so many of the ones that I was in. But we lucked out. We lucked out because the foster home they ended up in was such a good foster home. They even wrote a letter to the judge saying they didn't want to go back and live with their mom. Yeah. Their mom is one of my predators, as well as her boyfriend, Joshua Rayborn. Despite this, I still rescued their mother from Joshua Rayborn, even after the fucked up shit that they had done. She was screaming bloody murder. Anyway, one of those young ladies is going to be turning 18 next year. The other one will be 18 a couple of years after that. At that point in time, I can post up the recordings with those two young ladies and the abuse that they had to go through at the hands of Ray Annie Ingersoll, as well as the things that they had to say about their mother and Joshua Rayborn, things that the police didn't want to hear when I said them. So where's this person I supposedly raped and molested? Natalie Bollinger never claimed I raped or molested her. Ever. Alicia Bollinger never claimed that I raped or molested her. Ever. And who killed Natalie Bollinger? Joseph Michael Lopez. Does that make it okay for pieces of shit like Andrew Wolnez to assault me as if I murdered Natalie Bollinger? As if I'm some sort of a rapist? Fucking Christ, no. That dude's a dumb bitch. And he fucked up big. But he didn't fuck up nearly as bad as the mandated reporters who were supposed to do something about it. Don't be a dumbass. Ted Bollinger has a lot of victims, and I've been in contact with a lot of his victims. I was in contact with Natalie Bollinger, one of his victims. I was in contact with Alicia Bollinger, one of his victims. After Natalie's death, I was in contact with Rochelle Shelley Campbell, Danica Lachelle Garter, as well as Rose M. Kelly, a.k.a. Rose M. Self. All three Ted Bollinger's ex-wives, all three of them afraid of Ted, all three of them admitting it to me. These dumb cunts helped predators to get away with harming me repeatedly, and why wouldn't they? These women didn't want to have any responsibility for what they did. Kind of like Girl Interrupted doesn't want to take any responsibility for using my channel as entertainment. You don't stop to understand how emotionally harmful that is. Yes, men have emotions too. Now, do I hate this Girl Interrupted lady? Hell no. I hate what she did. I hate that through all this abuse, people like her who pretended to care showed that no matter what, they never will. When somebody's being abused, you got to turn it in right away with the victim. If you're not willing to do that, you're not their friend. Don't tell them what to do, what to think, and what to feel. Help them how they need. And do it immediately. Don't fucking bullshit and waste time and procrastinate for literally years. Keep your fucking word. And do so quickly. Instead of gaslighting the victim. When you don't help the victim turn it in, it results in more abuse. More Andrew Wolnez. More Andrew Witcher. More Ted Bollinger. More Tim Beeson. More Officer Waylon Lolatai. More Officer Tony Lothman. More Sheriff Scott DaCosta. Holy shit. The people in this country are dumb as a goddamn stump. And of course, it doesn't have anything to do with right and wrong. It has to do with having somebody that you can victimize and get away with. You do this to somebody who's rich, somebody who's in a house, or a pretty girlie or to a police officer, any of those, your asses go to prison. But you do it to me and it's magically okay. One of the things that predators did quite often is pretend that they care. Try to weasel some information out of me and then go out of their way to twist it into something that it ain't. Now, Girl Interrupted has seen many of these situations where people did that. She never spoke up, especially not right away. And what did that result in? Well, at this point in time, how much of that stuff is she going to remember? Not much. Unless she's got a memory like a steel trap. I've got a hell of a good memory. Better than most. And even I have to record everything so that I can remember all the details. That's how fucking complicated it gets. Now, despite the fact that Ted Bollinger is an actual sex offender, and I have no proof of, what's his name, Andrew Wolnez being a sexual predator, and I have no proof of Eric Schwartz being a child molester, the fact is that Andrew Wolnez wanted to accuse me of being a child molester as an excuse to be predatory. Ted Bollinger wanted to accuse me of shit like that too, as his excuse to be predatory. The police, once they've committed felonies against me, they go running around spreading those rumors. And fuck all of you fucking low-down, dirty pieces of shit who get on my channel for entertainment. With Eric Schwartz, can I produce one of his victims? No. Sherman Watson didn't tell me the name of Eric Schwartz's victims. Neither did Amy Valkyrie. They just wanted to make them allegations to justify their crimes. Fuck it, right? Now, since Girl Interrupted wanted to type on my channel after being asked to leave and to leave me alone, obviously I'm not happy with her. And I'm talking about her right now as if she's not watching my channel for a reason. Because there's many of you who are going to see my channel, see this video, after I've ended it. See, you can't go to a woman when you're in need of help because she'll always be too busy. Or a man, if it's a woman, a man is expected to drop whatever he's doing right now at a moment's notice. This is sheer sexism. Girl Interrupted could have made the phone calls with me at any point in time. Instead, she wanted to oh poor me, feeling sorry for myself bullshit. Oh, no. No. This channel isn't for your entertainment. It's to try to get help for the victims, and that includes myself. If you're not willing to work together with the other victims and it's just about you, just go the fuck away. You got your own goddamn channel. Now, Ted Bollinger, this isn't just some rumor that I heard. I heard it directly from his victims. Directly from his victims. Did any supposed victims of me sexually molesting or raping or murdering anybody, did any victims come forward to Wolnez? No. They don't fucking exist. How about with Eric Schwartz? No, they don't fucking exist. But he's not accusing me of being a pedophile, is he? Nope. He just pretended any excuse that he can fucking possibly make up Not to even try is good enough. Well, I talked to God, and God said you'll never be happy. Holy shit, you schizo fuck. Yeah, my brother seriously typed that shit at me. What a dumb cunt. Sherman Watson and Amy Valkyrie better fucking produce a victim. They better produce somebody that my older brother raped or molested. However, why is it that my older brother is getting called these horrible names? Because it's equality. He want to believe whatever he's fucking told. I'll believe whatever I'm told. People want to tell me that Eric Christopher Schwartz is a child molester. Well, god damn it, I'll expose his ass.